it if you didn't. Good job, man. Thank you. Good job, thank you. All right, who wants to share the next one? Kennedy, come on up.
I didn't finish it.
All right. So this one says, Thomas works in a cafeteria kitchen. He puts 3 cherry tomatoes on each of the 5 salads. How many tomatoes does he use? Go ahead, Kennedy.
5 salads. Yes, 5. But this picture does not match what we did. How many tomatoes do you put on the salad? So 3 tomatoes here.
Wonderful.
You still have the answer right, but it's asking you to draw a picture. That's not the right picture.
All right, so Kennedy drew us a model, Antonio, and she put 5 groups and 3. So she showed us 5 salads, right, Ella, with 3 tomatoes on each salad, right?
3 tomatoes on
Equals 15. Thumbs up. Agree with Kennedy?
Yes.
Okay, did anyone get anything different?
No.
All right, check it off if you got it right. Thanks, Kennedy. Do you have a volunteer to do the next one, Mackenzie?
Or do you use my phone?
Dry, use a crayon.
Yeah, some of our tables lost checking pens, so we just use a crayon.
All right, so now we're on the back. We're on number 1 on the back. There you go. All right, so it says Jen makes 3 bracelets, Ella. Each bracelet has 3 beads.
No.
How many beads does Jen use? Go ahead. How do you know that? You're right here. So Mackenzie used skip counting to figure that. She did 3, 6, 9, Anastasia. That's how she figured it out. She skip counted. That is a multiplication strategy that we talked about yesterday, Antonio. Thumbs up, agree with Mackenzie? All right, check it off if you got it right. Good job. Thank you. Do you have a volunteer for the next one? Anastasia? All right. So Ian has 5 cards to mail. Each card needs 2 stamps. How many stamps does Ian need? How do you know? So Anastasia counted all of them. How else could we do this? Let's do it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Anna, you want to add something?
You could also just do 5 plus 5.
You do 5 plus 5. But in this case, there's 5 groups of 2. So maybe skip counting by 2s was the best way that some people use.
You could also switch it around and make 2 groups of 5.
You could, but this question says 5 groups and they each have 2 stamps. It's 5 groups of 2. Thumbs up, we got 10. Anyone get anything different?
No.
All right, mark it off if you got it right. Thanks, Anastasia. Do you have a volunteer for the next one? Nicholas? Okay, you want to come up with the next one, okay? Yeah, so now we're on the second page, page 51. Anastasia. Okay, go ahead.
So there are 5 2. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 4. 1 plus 4, 8. Times 2, 4. 5.
Yeah, so it's 5 groups of 2, right? You still get the same answer, but this question is 5 groups of 2. So it'd be 5 times 2, right? So I'm glad that you noticed that, Nicholas. Good job. Okay, thank you. Jamie, you want to come up and do the next one?
Let me see what you got. Brandon, can you see it?
We know the X stands for, who knows? Quiet hand, quiet hand. Ella, what does the X? Time. So what did I write up on the board yesterday? X equals, Oliver? Groups of. So Jamie knew 3 groups of 7. Any questions on that? All right, did you guys get it? Thumbs up. All right, mark it off. Good job, Jamie. Thanks for sharing.
What's the unit 7?
3 times 7 is 21. Yeah, you did it. You want to do this one? Come on, Jadis. All right, so each day, Jamie rides her bike 5 miles. How many miles does Jamie ride in
All 4 days.
all 4 days? Write a multiplication sentence to find the answer.
So it's gonna be 5 bench cars. So it's gonna be so 4 groups of 5.
How do we know that? You're talking, what's our groups? Our groups are the 4 what?
Days.
The 4 days. And he rode how many miles in each day? 5. So it's 4 groups of 5. He rode 4 days, we did 5 miles each day.
So you're doing 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20.
Yeah. So he just skip counted by 4 and got to 20. Did anyone else do that? Skip counting? Jamie did. And Nana did. And Anastasia did. And Kennedy did. Awesome.
And 4 times 5 is 5.
Good job. All right, mark it off. You got it right. All right, there's one more. Emma, come on.
Good job. I love volunteering. I love it.
10. How did she get?
Emma's going to do it. But we're going to do some practice problems too. How we do it. Okay.
Oh, I'm like,
The last page. It'll be the very last question. This one right here. All right. So it says, which is another way to show 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. What did you come up with? She came up with 6 times 3, Anastasia. What did you get?
6 times 3.
You did? So how do we know that? You skip counted. How many times did you skip count? How many jumps did you have? 6. So she counted by 3 6 times. So 6 times 3. Did anyone get anything different on that? All right, mark it off. Good job. You guys feel pretty good about the homework last night?
Yeah.
Good job.
If you did extra homework, okay, if you did not do extra homework, then it can go in your backpack right now.
Why did some of the extra?
If you did some extra, you did more than one problem, then you can just keep it on your desk and I'll come around and grab it. But if you just did what you had to do, which is perfectly fine, then put it in your backpack. Awesome. Then keep it on your desk and I will collect. All right, give Mrs. Warren your attention.
Okay, I'm going to pass out a POD. So what do we need on our desk? We need our math notebooks. Turn to the next clean page. Who can show me with a quiet hand what we need to put on the next clean page? Giselle? And the date. Make sure you guys are dating your page and the page.
So we have to get a pencil and what?
During the POD, there should be no talking. You should be gluing it in and getting to work. Today's date is 9/22. That's for you to find out, Kaden. Okay, I'm good.
And I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. So later.
Today's date, because we're going to use this as your notebook, so we'll put it right in.
Wait, which one? 2 and 7?
Today's date, 9/22. Glue it in. Where's your page?
I'm having to take like one. Means 3 apples to make 1 apple cake. Apple cake each.
Oh, but
Was
The 22nd. 9/22. What's today's date?
how many apples does
She wants it up.
date and page. See, 22.
Anna, where's yours?
What's this page?
Did you already do it?
But he wants to see the start work. So how many cakes do I need to draw?
I did it.
Good job. Okay, you get your notebook and you
I
have
used to
to
write
Or something like that.
and my everything ball.
Let's try it. We're going to go over it. Let's try it.
If you've done this, you're closer to 200 or 300.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Bless you.
5.
How many cakes is he making? 5?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Draw. Go ahead and put this away. Bring over your notebook or by your hands. Try to place from this.
4. I look like a triangle slide. Make 4 and now is
How many go on each cake?
Draw a picture if you need. Yeah.
now it's on the
Yep. Perfect. Come on, Ella, keep working. Draw something. Show me how you got that. See?
But I don't know how. She's laughing
There you go. Yep. You just did 3 twice instead of 4.
Apple cake. Each cake is the same number. 4 cakes. So how many?
Okay, good job. Keep going.
You need to write 4 things.
Don't tell her. Copy your own finger.
Oh no.
Okay, Jindal's gonna come share what he did for today's POD.
Okay. Because I don't drink water, I have hiccups.
Here we go. So
means groups of. So what, Ella?
That means 3 is
4.
4 times 3.
Right.
I actually did 3 times 4, but I still got 12.
You still get 12, but for this question, it's saying it's 4 groups of 3. It is like addition like that.
I actually have a question.
Okay.
How many cakes do I need?
That's going to be division. Division and subtraction are similar, and multiplication and addition. Okay, we're going to get to that next week. Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Hold on, friends. Nicholas is raising his
I
hand.
wanted to say that I did it kind of the same way and then
Oh, good. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to move on. Okay, so we kind of went over some vocabulary yesterday, so we're just going to review it real quick, Anastasia. Equal groups have the same number of objects in each group. So equal groups have the same number in each group. If they did not, could we multiply? No. So if they have equal groups, can we multiply? If they have equal groups, can we multiply? Yes. Hayden. When you combine equal groups, you can multiply to find out how many in all. Just we just said, if there are equal groups, we can use multiplication. Multiplication is like addition. It's just repeated addition. Remember we did 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3? That's just repeated addition. Or we could do 3 times 3 and get the same answer.
and division is 3.
A factor is a number that is multiplied by another number. So, Kennedy, give me 2 numbers to write. 4 times 3 equals 12. So this number and this number are called factors. The product is the answer to a multiplication problem. Who can raise a quiet hand and tell me which number is the product? Ella, you want to try it? Which one? Just tell me the number. 12 is the product. So we have factor times factor equals the product. Any questions on that? You need to know that vocabulary. We're going to add it to the word wall too, so you can always see it. Nicholas, you have a question? It's just 0.
Oh, so if you have like 100 times 0, so that's,
Yep.
well, I can't remember the name.
All right, take a minute, real quick. Turn and talk to your partner. We just gave you some hints. How is multiplication like addition, and how is it different? Jamie, Anna, Anastasia, how is multiplication like addition? How is it different? Talk to each other.
I got it. So 3 times 6, not 10. 10 times, I mean, 10, Wait, no, it's not your boy touch. Rabbit, wait, rabbit. It's not. Got it.
Did everyone come up with something?
Yeah.
Table 5, what did you guys come up with? How is it similar? We are listening to table 5. Table 5, Anastasia, Anna, hey Jamie, that's you guys.
How many groups?
anything different you want to add to that? Kaden? Table 2, what'd you guys come up with?
Me and David said multiplication and repeated addition you don't do with them. And then I said if you do 4 times 3 equals 12, but if you do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12, you get 8.
So that's how they're similar. We can use repeated addition to find out multiplication. Did you guys come up with anything different about how it's different?
I want that multiplication is like addition, but in a whole other level, and division is like subtraction.
Okay, we're not talking about division. How is multiplication and addition different, Oliver? Did you come up with anything?
Multiplication.
How do we get this?
Oh, there's like there's those.
So I take
There's the factors and
Product. The product.
So I go 3.
Yep. Okay, table 4, do you have anything different?
Multiplication is technically like doubling because like 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 3 times 3, which is 9. The 3 you're repeating that number, that problem. So it's kind of.
In that particular one you are, but it won't always be the same number, right?
Yeah, the doubles. When we were doubles, divided, that can
Oh, good. Okay. We're going to try some. Let's do this one together. So all eyes on the board, Anna. Mrs. Black is holding 5 envelopes for her students. There's $3 in each envelope. How much money is Mrs. Black holding for her students? She's got 5 envelopes, and there's $3 in each envelope. Oliver, what do you think?
I think there's $15.
Okay, how did you get to that?
So I switched to 5 and 3 because it's easier for me to count by 5. And I know 5 times 3 is 15.
Okay, so how many groups do we have? 5 groups of 3. So how do I write that, Jaden? How do I write 5 groups of 3? You want to come show us?
Like in the additional or
You tell me. How would you write 5 groups of 3?
Well, if I did it the harder way, I would do 5 groups of 3 and 5. Well, if I did it easier way, I would do 3 groups and 5.
Show us. So he would draw a picture model. What am I doing? 5 groups of 3. So right now you're showing me 3 groups of 5. It's 5 groups of 3. So Oliver already told us he thinks it's 15. Jaden's gonna see if that's right. That's 3, 6, 9. Yep, you're right. 6, 9, 12, 15. So was Oliver right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Jaden. We're going to do some more practice. Okay, everyone get out their individual whiteboards.
So how many groups do you have there?
And then there should be
So 5
a number line on your desk that's been laminated.
times. That means
Right here. Everyone should have a number line, Anna, and it's shaped just like this. Antonio, you found yours? Jaden, did you find yours? So in your basket.
give it to me.
Yep. each ball.
Ready to listen?
Emma, how many does Jamie, how many does she need? She needs,
This is what I
how
thought.
many feet of yarn does she need? Let's read the question again, Jamie. She uses 6 feet of yarn to make each ball. So how many feet does she need? 6. Good.
Here we go.
How many equal lengths of yarn does she need? How many balls of yarn is she making? 3.
Balls of yarn. She uses 6 feet of yarn to make.
So I gave you guys a number line. I wanted you guys to use your individual whiteboards to see if you can solve it. Now you have a little number line that you can draw on with your dry erase marker.
This is what you should into. No, she
Use this then. If you can't do it, just put it on your desk.
I can use the number.
Yep, use the number line now. Try and use number line. How would you show me? How would you show me this on the number line? You need what? You do. You haven't done it on Canva.
I don't know what you're doing.
Table 5 needs some.
Oh.
And then we'll pick 3. I mean, we'll pick.
Whiteboard and then the line.
We'll pick.
Two friends back there. Should I roll?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, good job. So
You're welcome.
see if we have how many groups. Skip groups of how many jumps on the number line.
3 groups.
So we know that she's making 3 balls, and we need 6 feet for each ball of yarn.
It's not 5.
So show me on the number line, what does that look like?
There's supposed to be 6 in them. 3 groups.
Yes, it's laminated. You can use your marker on it.
3, 4, 5, 6. Should be 6.
Here's your number line.
9.
Nope, you gotta pick it up.
10.
I'm asking you to use it. Nope, you don't need to draw a number line. Right here.
9.
Yes, you can. It's laminated.
Is it all up?
Use your number line.
Don't tell me they're 9. I bet you
On your number line. I didn't ask you to erase it yet.
They don't tell you 6. They don't tell you 9. They don't tell you, I don't know what else somebody said. 10. Okay. Now I can show you how to do it this way.
Antonio, can you show me on the number line?
Now we get to skip time.
So why don't you here, close your marker real quick. This might be.
How many groups do we have? How many groups of what? Raise your hand. How many groups of, Nicholas?
3 groups, right?
So 3 groups.
How many go in each ball of yarn?
3 groups of how many? Raise your hand. 3 groups of how many? Antonio, 3 groups of how many? 3 groups of 6. How many jumps do we think we're going to make on the number line? 3 groups of 6.
Well, there's 3 jumps. We already did this one.
So how many jumps are we going to have? You're not calling out. 3 jumps of how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jaden? 3 groups of 3? That's not what you guys just told me. 3 groups of 6.
I didn't see where I'm at. I'm sorry.
Do you guys need me to model this for you?
Did we jump 3 times though?
Because there seems to be some confusion on how to use the number line with this. That's not right though, so there is some confusion. 3 groups of 6. I'm going to start right here, okay?
So we're gonna stop for a second here. I'm sorry. Okay?
Jump 6.
or confused, we're gonna watch what Miss Warren is doing and we're gonna copy Miss Warren.
2 jumps.
So if you don't think you did it, which most of you guys didn't have the right thing, and that's okay, this is the first time we're doing this. Erase what's on your number line and follow what I'm going to show you.
3 jumps.
Jaden.
What number did you land on?
Jindal.
So
You guys told me we're doing 3 groups, so we're making 3 jumps on our number line of 6. So we start here at our 0, and our first jump goes to our 6.
So jump
That's one group.
Jump to 6, everybody jump to 6. There's 3 groups of 6. Now we just did 1 group of 6. So now what do we need to do?
What you show us on the number line.
We need to make another group
Alright.
of 6.
So 6, what's our next 6?
9.
12.
So we're counting by sixes.
So that's 2 jumps. That's 2 groups. How many more groups do we need? 1 more group. So our next 6, we can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We end at 18.
I meant 3 jumps.
3 jumps of 6. So we have 1 jump, we have 2 jumps, we have 3 jumps.
That's your 3 groups.
Now is it clicking?
Lots of sense.
Yes. All right, good.
So way to follow along.
So how many feet of yarn does she need to make, raise your hand, Hayden, how many? 18. So after we made our 3 jumps, we got to 18. That's our answer.
Where did your number line land on? 18. That's your answer.
Do you guys want to try another one? Try 3 groups of 5
Now do 3 groups of 5.
on your number line.
3 groups of 5. Alright, let's go, honey.
3 groups of 5.
Quickly erase your word.
Nope, you're doing it on your number line, friends. You don't need to do it on your whiteboard unless you need to draw yourself a picture, but you should be able to just try your jumps on your number line.
How many am I going to do?
3 groups of 5.
Let's go. 3 groups of 5. How many jumps am I going to have?
You're gonna have 3 jumps.
3 jumps. Good job. How many am I going to jump?
On your number line.
How many am I going to jump? 5.
I'm not asking you here.
1 jump.
Do it on your number line. I know that you are the consult.
That you need to prove that you know here.
There might be some questions that you need to use the number line. And we need to know how to do it.
1, 2,
Good job,
3,
guys.
5. That's 1 jump. Here's 2 jumps. Now jump 5. Tell me what you land on.
Let me see it on your number line. 3 groups of 5. So how many jumps? If it tells us 3 groups of 5, how many jumps? Because it's 3 groups of 5.
So,
3
what
jumps
number did I
of
do? 3
5.
jumps?
Yeah.
Did I jump by 5?
Please show me.
Oh, this is
Okay, I'll look for it for you. Let me see it.
2.
What number did you land on, Brandon?
Can I get 1
Count how many
or 2?
jumps you have. You have 1. Okay, where's 4?
You know
I mean, this is, no, on our first list, it's 3 groups of 5. So did you make 1, 2, 3? There you go. So now we have 1. So did we answer it? Yeah, no, that was right. That last one was right.
That's a big tiny water. That's not
Yeah, it's okay. It needs to go with 5. We're just doing 3 groups of 5. Good job, Anna. Good. Cool stuff.
And I have an erase
Correct.
board.
How many jumps?
That was
someone come to the board and show us what they did? Naya, come on, please. You need to bring yours, or you're so confident? I think you can do it without yours, right? All right. All eyes on Naya. Jaden, markers closed. Show exactly what you did on your number line. 3 groups of 5. We start with our 0. Yep.
Can I jump one more time?
She jumped all the way to 5. That's one group. And 5 to 10. That's 2 groups. And then to 15. That's 3 groups. How many do we have? 15. That's what I wrote. Awesome job, Naya. Good job.
Maybe.
All right, erase your number line
Where's my number?
and try this one. 5 groups of 3. It might be the same answer. Is it going to look the same at our number line?
No.
Show us how it's different. 5 groups of 3. Oliver, on here. 5 groups of 3. That's 3 groups of 5. Okay, we'll do this now and then go back to that, okay?
5 groups of 3. Got it. Now they want you to do it on the number line. Okay. So what does this look like? How many groups? How many are in each group?
You're gonna be done.
So how many times are you
4.
gonna jump?
How many more do you need? Okay.
How many are gonna be in between each one? What's my first number gonna be?
5 groups of 3. Try that again.